Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, already on the high table, please join me as I recognize the President of the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, General Manager, in person of Mr. Afolabi Olebo. Welcome back. On ITV, please join me as a welcome. NAFTA, the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agency, Mr. Inka Folami. Please a big round of applause for him as he steps on the and also joining them on the high table is the Consumer Advocacy and Empowerment Foundation, Professor Chizo Mundokwe Okafo, Executive Director, and also to join them on the iTunes. Please join me as a welcome the Director General of NECAMA, in person of Olusola Obadinu. Please a big applause as we come to the iTunes. Also to join us very soon is the Yalogia of Lagos, Mrs. Folashade Ojo Tinubu, who will join us very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time I welcome you all to this great event. We are all aware of the situation of things concerning pricing, price fixing, and the exploitation that we are witnessing of late. So to shed more light on this and to give us the welcome speech, please join me as I welcome to the microphone and the podium the Executive Commissioner of Operation, Fccpc, in person of Dr. Abdullahi. Please a big round of applause for him.
As already established by the MC. Ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome. This is a one-day stakeholders engagement with exploitative pricing. What we are going about all over the country to do is to draw the attention of the markets. There's some shop practices that are happening here that are against the law. So there are some shop practices that are happening in the market that are against the law, and that is why we are here. We are not price regulatory agency. We don't regulate the prices, we don't tell us what price to the products. Some shop practices going on, also draw attention to the fact that they are against the law. For instance, issue of market associations. Market associations are very good. You have your chief sellers association, your young sellers association, whatever, it's allowed. But what is against the law is when you sit down and discuss prices and you decide amongst yourselves that today a Google of Gari as fixed by the association of Gari sellers of so and so market is X naira. That's against the law. It's a marketplace. Nobody is free to bring in his product and sell at his own price. We don't know at what price he got his Gari, maybe from Japan or from wherever it is. So his cost of transport may not be as high as yours, so that person to be free to sell his own at a cheaper price, as opposed to yours that is coming from much from the hinterland. So these are the issues that have brought us there. And also this issue of price gouging. Price gouging is when you see a product that is in high demand, you just decide to raise prices anyhow. You have seen how prices are raised in the course of one day, 3 or 4 times. That is not agreeable. It's not agreeable. It's not allowed. You don't take advantage of the fact that people need things, and then you go about raising prices the way you want. It's not allowed. And then we have also noticed that yes, you can bring people and sell at the price we want to. But some of the prices are just not fair at all. They don't make sense. Those are things that we discussed we are very happy that we have such a large turnout. We are very happy that we have a large turnout. And we know that everyone is very happy that we want to listen to you. We want to hear your own story. We want to know, since you are the ones who wear the shoe and you are the ones who know where it pushes. Please let us know where the problems are. But this government is very, very worried about the fact that prices of goods have shot through the roof and the average man cannot afford 3 daily meals. It is not what we as a government promise the public. It is not what we are doing by younger president. So we are here so that we should discuss with you and see how we can make a difference. So please assist in that direction. Let us listen to you, also hear from our own side, and let the Scopa GM is here. So he, being in charge of the soil, the one that operates in Lagos himself, now knows better than us also what's going on in the market. So please let us listen to each other, let us judge up, and let us come up with some solutions for this major problem that we are all facing in this country now. We all know the market, and we all know what we are going through. Please assist us bring down prices of especially food items in this country. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, immediately after that speech, there will be a documentary shown. We want you to see the documentary now, and then you will understand the reason why we are here today. Be more.
Nigeria, a vibrant nation with a population exceeding 220 million, is one of Africa's largest economies. It operates a relatively free market economy where the forces of demand and supply determine prices. While this system fosters competition, innovation, and growth, it also requires vigilant checks and balances to protect consumers from unfair practices that can erode their purchasing power and trust. Recently, data revealed a disturbing trend. Consumer complaints about the rising prices of goods have surged, with prices increasing more than 4 to 5 times what they were in the past 1 year.
Now I went to buy exercise book for my children. 15,000 for resuming exercise book for children. Everything is too costly. Food stuff, a bag of rice, 82, 83,000. A poor man cannot eat rice, cannot eat common garri in Nigeria. Please, our leaders. You think one person dey buy 15 naira before, now 200, 300.
This month now, before you know, you move 3,000 naira in need of food. But right now I spend 15,000 naira. See what I have.
Last week I went to buy corn that we used to buy before. A mudu of corn is 200 naira. You can buy 5 noodles of corn with 1,000 naira. I went to buy a noodle of corn. They said 1,400. 5 noodles, 7,000. Instead of 1,000, they said 7,000. I didn't buy. I left.
This sharp rise has sparked growing concerns about the exploitation of consumers through practices such as price gouging, price fixing, and the abuse of dominant market position. Take, for instance, the story of a Nigerian consumer who recently purchased the product in the United States for $89, equivalent to about 140,000 naira at the prevailing exchange rate. Upon returning to Nigeria, he found the same product on display at a shop in Lagos for 750,000 naira. 3 weeks later, the price escalated to 944,000 naira. The recent disclosure by Abdul Samad Rabiu, chairman of BUA Cement, is also instructive. Mr. Rabiu revealed that despite BUA Cement's effort to sell cement at a fair price of 3,500 naira per bag, their plan was undermined by dealers who inflated prices to as much as 7,000 naira to 8,000 naira per bag. These scenarios illustrate the harsh reality of price gouging, where traders exploit economic challenges to drastically inflate the prices of essential goods.
The price there somehow. If you go up, if you come down. If you come down before 1 week, you increase again. Like now, when the things go, so not to see things for market, except the people where they store it for store. So if you want to go buy, they have to give you price as how they like to sell it. If you want to buy, buy. If you don't want to buy, you have to leave it. So another person will come buy. So if you carry your money go push market, now so the market be, you know what see carry up for market, except you go store. And the man will tell you the price so that you have to buy it. And if you come here, the price will increase. So like now, last week it was sell for 1.3, but now it's 1.
So amma fa idan amfani da su da masu karfi da za su kaskanta shi su ajiye shi har sai ya kai level ɗin da suke so na tsada sannan su fito da shi.
Across Nigeria, social media platforms have been flooded with complaints about the astronomical rise in the prices of basic consumer goods. In May 2024, a user on X, Organises, voiced his frustration. I quote, "A bag of gari from 29,000 naira to 67,000 naira. A carton of spaghetti from 6,500 naira to 18,000 naira. A crate of egg from 1,700 naira to 4,000 naira. And 12 kg of gas from 3,500 naira to 17,000 naira. I wanted to buy a bunch of banana the other day. They told me 2,000 naira and a bottle of ramnot 1,800 naira. I was so irritated. Every time I want to buy something, I am always upset. Ordinary 5 mangoes for 1,000 naira? How did we arrive here?" End of quote. A commentator on his post echoed the sentiment. I quote, "A bottle of groundnut is 2,100 naira here. When I tell you that I am angry because I can't even afford any of my cravings without overthinking my pockets." End of quote. Since the prices of these products were reported in May 2024, they have continued to rise, further exacerbating the hardships of consumers. These examples are not isolated incidents. They reflect a broader trend observed by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC. As economic challenges intensify, traders have been disproportionately inflating prices. far beyond what can be justified by currency fluctuations or increased production costs. This has left the average Nigerian consumer in an increasingly precarious position, struggling to afford basic necessities. Besides price gouging, there are other unfair market practices, such as price fixing, which occurs when competitors, market associations, and traders collude to set prices, forcing consumers to pay inflated costs. Often, these associations, which do not have their own products, create barriers to entry for new market entrants. There is also widespread concern over the abuse of dominant market position by certain businesses, leading to excessively high prices.
We are punishing ourselves. I'm telling you, this is man-made, it's artificial. It is what the market sellers, the commodity sellers have brought to bear on us. Yes, you can't blame the government. Who is the government? Government is you and I. It is those that are selling these goods. They are the ones fixing the prices. They are the ones hoarding the commodities. They are the ones inflicting pain on the citizen.
The unionists are responsible for cartel the market, forming of the unions in the market. They are the causes of the things. You understand? And then they forgot that union is by willing to join. It's not by force to join the union. You can decide this, what I will sell my things. But whereby if the government is regulating the price in the market, in the system, things will be normal.
You see, the cartel are not helping matters. The government has just folded its arms and allowed the cartel. Somebody will just. You see, most of the money, even these cartels are using, they are not even saving it in the bank. They are keeping it in their houses. Even in the farmland, you find that they will go and buy maize before even the farmer harvests his crop. They will buy it upfront. And then when they buy, they harvest it and go and store it in their own house. And if there is any available food in the market, they will also do the same thing. They will go and buy and go and hold it. And later on, they will bring in it. If there's any shortage of either gari or rice or any other thing, they will bring it out, and then they will sell it at a higher price. And the funny thing is that when they are increasing the price of maybe gari and you shift to cassava, the same thing, they will increase the price of cassava. If you shift to rice, they will increase the price of rice. So the common man has no any soft landing in terms of this skyrocketing of food prices.
Globally, countries like the United States and those in the European Union have implemented robust mechanisms to prevent exploitative pricing, especially during emergencies. These measures include strict regulations and penalties for businesses that exploit consumers, ensuring that market conditions do not lead to undue profiteering. Nigeria, through the Fccpc, is now adopting a similar approach to protect its consumers. Although the Fccpc is not mandated to control price and is not intending to do so now or in the foreseeable future, it is focused on curbing exploitative practices and anti-competitive behaviors that distort the marketplace and harm consumers. As such, the Fccpc, under the leadership of the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Tunji Bello, is taking decisive action to address these issues. In a recent statement, Mr. Bello announced, I quote, "In the coming days, the Commission will convene a series of stakeholder meetings with market leaders and others in the supply and distribution chains nationwide. Our goal is to foster dialogue on establishing fair pricing practices that protect consumers while still allowing traders to operate profitably." He emphasized that the Commission's advocacy for Nigerian consumers aligns with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Mr. Bello further stated that the Commission has mandated operators of supermarkets to visibly display product prices on their shelves ensuring transparency and preventing situations where consumers only discover the price after payment has been made and the receipt issued. Under the Fccpc, individuals and corporate entities found guilty of price gouging, price fixing, and other forms of exploitative pricing can face severe penalties, including imprisonment and fines. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this stakeholders meeting on exploitative pricing demonstrates that the Nigerian consumer, long burdened by unfair pricing practices, now has a champion in us all. This is our moment to shape a future where markets are not only competitive but also equitable. Together, let us build a Nigeria where fair pricing is not just an aspiration but a reality. You are welcome.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've all saw that documentary and we've heard the reason why we're here today. Please permit me, I will speak a bit of Yoruba now to get past the message down properly. Ẹ̀yin bàbá wa àti ẹ̀yin màmá wa kó tájọ pé ìjọpọ̀ tá wò tán sìn ní bí owó ṣe ń pọ̀ lórí ọjà tí àwọn èèyàn ń rà, nǹkan jíjẹ, nǹkan mímu, nǹkan tá à ń lò lójoojúmọ́. Àmọ́ ìjọba ò sọ wípé dandan iye tẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ ta nǹkan lélẹ̀. Nǹkan tí ìjọba fẹ́ ṣe ìdí ẹ̀ tá fi wà ń bì ní pé àwọn èrè àjẹjù kan náà ti pọ̀ jù àti àwọn union kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ọjà wá láti ọ̀tún láti òsì kí oníkálukú lè ta ọjà ní ìwọ̀nba wípé àwa tí à ń ra ọjà náà kó má pa wá lára. Ìjọba ti pèsè fún lílọ bíbọ̀ ọjà, òun lè ṣe rí àwọn ọ̀nà tí wọ́n ṣe lọ́tún tó ń ṣe lọ́sì. Àmọ́ tí àwọn ọjà yìí bá dé, tí àwọn nǹkan jíjẹ mímu yìí bá dé ibi ọjà, àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ó wọ àárín ọjà lọ kí àwọn àgbẹ̀ lè ta nǹkan tí wọ́n kó wá ní iye tó wù wọ́n láti tà kó dẹ̀ bọ́ sí ọwọ́ àwọn aráàlú náà tí kò fi ní pa wá lára. Táwọn bá wò pé àwa ń ta ọjà nìkan, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ti àwọn ọmọ wa náà tí wọ́n sí nínú ọjà, tí àwọn náà nọ́jà ń bò mí. Àwọn ọmọ wa wà ń Kaduna, àwọn ọmọ wà l'Abuja. Tí àwọn bá ń ta ọjà bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, kí ni àwọn ọmọ tiwa náà ń rà? Ẹ jẹ́ ń ṣe àpẹẹrẹ kékeré kan. Ìyàwó tèmi fẹ́ rìnrìn àjò, àmọ́ ibi tó ń lọ wọn ń jata ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ní kó òun ra ata gúngún díẹ̀ dání, ó máa wọ́n ata sí orí oúnjẹ wọn bẹ̀. Èèyàn kan pè ní 7,000 ìríkà kan. Ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù bíi mẹ́rin síra wọn, èèyàn kan tà ní 3,500. Ẹjọ́ báwo la ṣe lè sọ pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin yẹn? Ọjà kan ibì kan náà dẹ̀ lọ ti ń kó ọjà wá. So nǹkan tí ìjọba fẹ́ ṣe ni pé àwọn èèyàn kan wà tí wọ́n dúró sí àárín ibi tọ́jà ti ń bọ̀ àtàwọn tá à ń gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìyẹn ni ìjọba fẹ́ wò díẹ̀. Àìdí èyí la ṣe péjọ kí ayé náà lè dára fún ẹ̀yin àti èmi tí a wà bí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, a tún máa fi nǹkan kan hàn yín nísìn lẹ́yìn eléyìí tá wò tán. A máa tún fi nǹkan hàn yín sìn tẹ́rí nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn ń ṣe tí wọ́n fi mú ìlú dẹrọ̀ fún gbogbo wa. Please let's pay attention to the next documentary we're about to see. Thank you.
As prices of commodities skyrocket in markets across the country, the newly established Islamic market in Iwo, Osun State, is giving support to residents. Food items are cheaper at the Islamic market compared to other markets in Iwo, and the traders are happy making moderate profits. However, the Islamic market is contending with certain forces as market associations and unions from the market are opposed to modus operandi. Hamid Oyebade reports.
Since the removal of the fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu after his swearing in prices of commodities have gone up in the markets. The situation is compounded with the imposition of levies by associations and unions in the markets, as well as multiple taxation by agents of local and state governments as part of his initiatives to help his people in Iwo, his country home. The Grand Mufti of Yoruba land, Sheikh Dawu Imran Malasa, established the Islamic market in Iwo. In this market, no union or association levy and no tax. Prices of commodities are regulated in a way that the seller and the buyers are happy.
We establish the market for the poor people, for our people, in order to help them, especially during this very hard time for them. So it is established by some people in the beginning, but now many people are cooperating with us, both seller and others.
The traders said the elimination of levies and taxes enabled them to make profit even as they sell at cheaper price. Meanwhile, the market associations and unions are not happy with the way the Islamic market crashed prices of commodities in the town.
Because they are selling their market, they will collect different type of tax. Market tax, land tax, government tax, all those tax. If you support this market, they will remove the money. But for this market, nothing tax. You just bring your market and sell it you want to sell in a cheap price.
Our price is okay. We sell onion at 500 naira, 1,000 naira, and 1,500 naira, depending on the capacity of the buyer. This market is going on well, and we believe it will continue to improve and grow as time goes on.
I'm happy to sell my products in this market because we will do Syria. That is why I love this market.
The residents said the Islamic market gives them succor on the face of the current economic hardship in the country.
In here, people come here to patronize this market because of the prices and the prices of goods and commodities here are being regulated.
These people that we are seeing here are those that are fear God. That if everybody are making sales, despite that they are selling below the normal price. There is nothing here that is not below the price that they are selling in the town.
The residents and traders in Iwo appealed to the state government to give necessary support to the Islamic market to continue to thrive for the benefit of the poor masses. Amid Ojiebade reporting for Trust TV.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, again, please permit me, let me quickly run that down in Yoruba. Please permit me. Ẹ̀yin bàbá wa àti ẹ̀yin màmá wa, nǹkan tá a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wò tán sí náà ni ọjà mùsùlùmí tó wà ní ìlú Ìwó tí wọn kò fi owó púpọ̀ sórí ọjà, àti kìrìsìtẹ́nì àti mùsùlùmí àti àwa ìbílẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ná ọjà yẹn. Ní ìgbà yìí náà ṣì ni kò ń ṣe ọdún 90 gbọgbọrọ, yíyẹ yìí náà ni gbogbo ilé ìtẹ́rí kò tí ju ọjọ́ 4 sí 7 lọ tí gbogbo yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀. A dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ di taṣe wà ń bí ilé mi. So a máa continue, a máa ètò máa tẹ̀síwájú díẹ̀ báyìí sí kẹ̀tó tó bá tún ní nǹkan sọ ní èdè Lárúbáwá màá tó padà wá. Please permit me, I would like to welcome to the high table and also recognize the president of the Yaloja of Lagos State of Nigeria. Please permit me. I introduced her earlier on. I mentioned that she's on her way here, and financial issues here. Ó ní bí àwa ọlọ́jà ó ní bá ṣe máa ń kí wọn. Àbí ẹjọ́ ìjà ìsáré kí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹjọ́ ìjà ìsáré kí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. Àti àtẹ́wọ́ alájẹ̀kẹ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀kọ́ wọn. Your Excellency, joining the high table, please, the representative of Penal Card Nigeria, in person of Mr. Fccpc, as you please, you can come on the high table now, please. And also, to join the high table is the leader of the Retailer Association of Nigeria. Please, we are trying to get your attention, but I know you can hear me now. The leader of the Retailer Association of Nigeria, and if they have their representative, you can come on the high table. And also here with us today is a man who especially is company has been so supportive for the growth of my industry, which is the entertainment industry, and he's here present. We're inviting him to the high table as well. Please join me as I welcome the MZPZ Wilma Limited in person of Mr. Anup Sharma. Please a big round of applause for him as he steps on the high table. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen here present, I have a list to run down of all the associations that are here present. The Poultry Association of Nigeria, if you are here, please a big round of applause for them, and let's recognize that present. Also, the Catfish Farmer Association of Nigeria, please a big round of applause for them. All Farmers Association of Nigeria, please a big round of applause for them. The National Association of Nigerian Trader, all here present, please a big round of applause for them. The non-governmental association, all the NGOs that are here present, please a big round of applause for them. The Supermarkets Association of Nigeria that are here, please a big round of applause for them. All the MBAs that we have here present, please a big round of applause for them. The telecommunications industry in Nigeria, please a big round of applause for them. And also the Restaurant and Eatery Association of Nigeria, please a big applause for them. And here present all the manufacturers, please a big round of applause for them. On that note, I would like to welcome to the podium and the microphone the man who is at the realm of affairs to let us know what we have to do, and we have to do it right. A man who is focused and he wants things to change. Please join me to take the keynote address. Is the Executive Vice Chairman, CEO, Fccpc, Mr. Tunji Bello, Esquire. Please a big round of applause for him as he steps down.
Of Nigeria, and this Alaja Folashade Tinubu Ojo, you are welcome.
We are very happy to receive your
constituency
all over Nigeria here.
our other distinguished members of the high table, particularly our guests, most welcome. Permit me to skip the protocol. Ìyá ọlọ́jà, another distinguished guest, ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ẹ ṣe gan o, ẹ máa tà, ọjà yẹn á máa ta o, ọlọ́run àtúntì yìí ṣe, àtúntà àwọn ọmọ yìí ṣe o, agbára ọlọ́run ọjà yìí ò ní lọ sílẹ̀ o, wọn kò tẹ̀lé wọn máa lọ, we're happy láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ní èyí. So let me begin. I want to welcome you and most welcome. First edition town hall meeting. We started in Abuja 2 weeks ago. For me in particular, I feel at home in Lagos, being in the midst of critical stakeholders, the value chain of Lagos economy. Lagos being the commercial
As you may be aware, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission decided to host this town hall meeting as part of a broader initiative to foster a national conversation around the sanity of the marketplace. More specifically, we are here gathered today to address an issue of critical national importance, which affects everyone and which everyone is, of course, also talking about. It is the growing trend of unreasonable pricing of consumer goods and services across the country, on the one hand, and the unwholesome practice of market associations engaged in price fixing on the other hand. So we are not here to talk about price control. We don't have to power for price control. We are here to engage you to see, we are here to talk about fair pricing in the market. This development is unwholesome, and the earlier we all collectively come together to address it, the better for all of us. Therefore, this is a platform for conversation with a view to reaching understanding on the growing trend. Before I continue, ladies and gentlemen, let me seize this opportunity to debunk a gross misrepresentation of the position of the Commission at the Abuja edition of the Town Hall Series by a section of the media, particularly some of the online platforms. Contrary to the impression they created, at no time did we say we are giving traders ultimatum to crash prices across the country by the act. This is quite ridiculous. The Commission would have required an army to enforce that. Certainly our statutory mandate does not include price control. We are not here to fix prices or dictate to any law-abiding trader or manufacturer how to relate in the market. Rather, ours is to ensure there is no price fixing or gang up in place and transactions. As a commission, let me also reiterate that we are not acting out of the brainwave. Indeed, we are carrying out extensive discrete market survey across the country, and our findings were quite disturbing. We identified the patterns of price fixing perpetrated by some market associations, price gouging, and other anti-consumer practices. We noticed that the margin in the prices of imported goods are very disproportionate in many cases, and in the case of locally produced goods, excessively inflated. In some areas, we discovered that some players are engaged in hoarding of grains to create artificial scarcity, thereby distorting the market, resulting in unduly high prices of such food items. Here in Lagos, for instance, we found that one supermarket on the island displayed a blender for 90,000 naira. The same blender that was on sale at the popular supermarket in US for $89, which is equivalent of 140,000 naira. People don't even say 140,000 naira. If you add duty and other taxes to it, let's even say 250,000 naira. Nobody will complain. We'll say, okay, that's still fair. But to say 950,000 naira for what you bought for 140,000 naira, I think that is excessive. That's what we are talking about. Clearly, such pricing model is excessive and unacceptable. To be sure, We cannot deny that the removal of fuel subsidy has brought some discomfort. Just as we quite recognize that unfavorable exchange rate has negatively impacted the cost of production in local currency. But nothing justifies selling a blender sold for 140,000 naira or 950,000 naira in Nigeria. Perhaps the case of BUA cement best illustrates how the middlemen collide sometimes to distort the market and make it more miserable for the consumers at a time when people are already facing economic challenges. You will recall that after a meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu last year, the chairman of BUA cement, Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu, agreed to bring down the price of cement to 3,500 naira as no way of helping to bring support to Nigerians passing through economic difficulty. But Alhaji Rabiu's commendable gesture was frustrated by unscrupulous middlemen who bought cement from BUA at 3,500 naira and ensured the price to be over 7,000 naira. In our investigation, we also discovered that some traders form a cartel in the market and put barriers in form of ridiculous membership fees intended to ensure price fixing in the market. Without joining them, we won't allow anyone to sell goods in the market or provide services. Such practices are against the law and constitute some of the offences the Commission is against. Ladies and gentlemen, to be clear, price gouging and price fixing are not only unethical but blatantly illegal. Also under the Fccpc Act, Section 17 of the Act, empowers the Commission to eliminate anti-competitive practices, misleading, unfair, deceptive, or questionable marketing, trading, and business practices. Sanctions include up to 10 million naira fine or a jail term around 3 years by the court. But rather than applying the full weight of the law in the first instance, the Commission is deliberately adopting the option of dialogue with you, the stakeholders, collaborate with us to help check fair pricing in the market. So what we are saying is that we are not here to apply the law and start running after everybody, bringing policemen and so on. That's why we are here to talk to, let us talk to ourselves. How can we work together to ensure that there is fairness in prices? Therefore, the purpose of this meeting is to engage you, the stakeholders, in the production and retail segment of the market, so as well as service providers. We hear your own stories, with a view to achieving the consensus for the benefit of all of us. To galvanize a more efficient process nationwide, I'm pleased to announce that Commission is operating its consumer engagement portal to make it more inclusive and interactive and in real time. In simple terms, it means that when fully calibrated, it will be possible for any consumer who feels aggrieved to lodge the complaint and upload the receipt of the transaction as evidence. And such complaint will be processed promptly, free of charge, with a view to ensuring that justice is done without fear or favor. At our engagement with stakeholders in Abuja 2 weeks ago, we heard their own stories. They listed factors like insecurity, high cost of transportation, and extortion on the road by both state and non-state actors as part of the reasons for prevailing high cost of consumer goods. As a government agency, our responsibility is to get feedback to help policymakers. We want to hear your own stories too, so that we can give the feedback to the government when we get back to Abuja. At Abuja, we heard the stakeholders loud and clear and shall take the message back to the government. At this juncture, let me acknowledge and thank the Lagos State government for a good step already initiated in this direction. According to a media report, we must also thank the Osun State government, as we saw in the camera too, I mean in the video too. In Lagos, according to a media report a few days ago, the Lagos State government said it will henceforth track the movement produce from the farm to the market, with a view to checkmating those in the habit of hijacking the produce and manipulating the prices at the expense of consumers. We thank the Lagos State government for this. Having supported farmers with free inputs and processors, the Lagos State government is of course justified to track the produce of the market to ensure that prices fluctuate those produces are peaceful and reasonable to every Nigerian. We welcome such step and encourage other states to regulate, just like the state government is doing too, just to ensure fair pricing for the plenty of Nigerian consumers. Before I round up, I think it's also important to report that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not unaware of the pains caused by the economic reforms being implemented to position our economy. As a responsive and sensitive leader, President Tinubu has taken some extraordinary steps by removing taxes on food items, pharmaceutical products, and public transportation. Such laudable initiatives will, however, be in vain if the benefits are not passed down to the consumer by way of reduced prices of goods and services in the times ahead. In Abuja, I enjoy stakeholders to embrace the spirit of patriotism and cooperation at this challenging moment. Here in Lagos, I'm echoing that statement. Please let us talk to ourselves and say no to the exploitation of one another. I want to thank you all for kind attention. I look forward to a fruitful, productive discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think we can give a please a big round of applause. Thank you. We'll have one or two more speakers, and immediately after that, there will be question and answering segments. Please, one more time, permit me to interpret in Yoruba. A ṣì máa gba èèyàn bíi méjì sí mẹ́ta kan ní àyè láti sọ̀rọ̀. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn, àwọn association tó ti wà bí tí mo ti dárúkọ tí mo ti kí tẹ́lẹ̀, tí a bá ní ìbéèrè kankan, a ní àǹfààní láti béèrè. A máa mú microphone wá sọ́dọ̀ yín, a dẹ̀ máa gbọ́ èsì ìbéèrè wa ní ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Àmọ́ nǹkan tí àwọn olùdarí wa sọ lẹ́nu ìsìn náà ni pé ká wo bí gbogbo wọn ṣe lè dẹrùn láàrin ara wa, nítorí pé àwọn kan wà wọ́n kàn fẹ́ mú ìlú le fún oníkálukú. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gbẹ́nu lé ìgbà tí àjọ lọ sí ìlú ìgbò tí wọ́n ra blender, gbogbo alamọ blender, wọ́n ra blender ní $89, bàbá ṣe sí náírà ó bọ́ sí bí $140. Lẹ́nu ọjọ́ méjì ní Èkó, blender kan náà níbi tí wọ́n ti ń tà èèyàn kan tà ní $950,000. Kájẹ̀ wo kó tẹ̀ fẹ́ jèrè ẹ̀yìn àdọ̀tẹ̀ $950,000 láti owó tọ́tẹ̀ fi rà jẹ́ $140,000. Kí la lè sọ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nu ijọ́ méjì? Ṣé dọ́là náà ló wá dẹ̀ wá lọ sókè tó yẹn tí láàrin ijọ́ méjì tí owó blender náà fi tó yẹn? Ladies and gentlemen, the next person I'm about to bring, we saw how we all welcome her into our midst. Please join me as I welcome the Iyaloja of Nigeria, Mrs. Folashade Ojo Tinubu. Please a big round of applause for her.
ọjà olómi láṣọ ọ̀daràn kò ní lélẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀lù sọ́jà o. ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ o ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ yà. ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ o ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ yà. ìyá ọ̀lẹ́ kú ọ̀lẹ́ kò ṣe ọ̀lẹ́ kìyàmọ́ yà o. àrà ẹ̀gbọ́ àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọjà ṣe ń rere. àrà ẹ̀gbọ́ àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọjà ṣe ń rere. àwọn fìyà òfìrà àwọn fìkọ́lé alára àwọn fìrọ́mọ nílùú òyìnbó. àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọjà ṣe ń rere. sólò gbogbo wa la máa fi ṣe ọjà ṣe rere. iṣẹ́ ìṣe wa àlùbáríkà wọ̀ ọ́. ajé afilé wa ṣe lé afẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ wa ṣe bùkẹ́. a ní ajé lọ́wọ́ àníní lọ́rùn. a máa lọ re a máa bọ̀ re. a máa rí ewọ̀ a máa róde já. ọlọ́run tó fàánú ẹ̀ so wá mọ̀ kò ní fìbí inú ẹ̀ tú wa. ọlọ́lá ó láwọlá kù ẹ̀ka ìyá ìyá ìlú ẹ̀sìn. lọ́la Jésù Kristi olúwa. Gbogbo wa kọ́lá àwọn tó sílẹ̀kùn àná tó sí tèmi tó tún máa sí tẹ̀lé wa. A very good morning to our home in Lagos State, Honorable Tunji Bello. I salute and appreciate you and every member of the high table here today. A very good morning to you, and I must say I am late. I'm really sorry about that. I am delighted to be invited to this epoch-making event, which is convened to address exploitative pricing practices in contemporary times in Nigeria. As a body that is saddled with the responsibility of safeguarding the rights and privileges of customers in Nigeria, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission is courageously focused to discharge its mandate with this engagement with stakeholders. Although the prices of commodity are primarily determined by the market forces of demand and supply, the current reality of socio-economic downturn and this world requires this intervention, particularly in Nigeria. This is because our African cultural spirit centers around empathy for the weak and providing support for the frail and the downtrodden. Let this be topmost in our priorities rather than making abnormal profits in our businesses, especially this time that there is a recession around the country. We need to make sure that we are brothers and sisters keeper. It is a fact that transporting goods and farm produce from the point of harvest to the market attracts more cost. In terms of logistics, some markets, some traders are helpless. But we always emphasizes at our meeting, Tuesday's meeting, that we need to be considerate. Not around this time, even if we have been getting 50% profit on our businesses or products in the past, this time around that the situation is tense and bad within the country, we have to ensure that we get minimum profits on our commodity. We've actually been emphasizing on that. The rational decision as a trader is to pass on the burden to these taxes to the final consumers. The checkpoints, they are not helpful also. Transportation of goods is frustrated by several police checks on the road where transporters are asked of their petrol vehicles or asked to pay tolls without which they are not allowed to proceed to the market. The recent increase in the pump price of petrol had forced the market prices of products to rise to the level that were not anticipated. I want to reassure you that this challenging phase of our nation history will also be a thing of the past by the grace of God and by the help of all the traders and the agency in charge. I just want to appeal to you that you need to, I think there should be a kind of symposium that would comprise us, the traders, the market leaders, and the transporters, the police, and the road safety, all the agency that has to do with logistics across the nation. Thank you. As a critical stakeholder in this sector, I would like to remind members of my immediate constituency, I mean the market leaders, the business and the commercial class, that the economy of every nation is majority driven by us, the traders. And I want to especially appreciate you for giving me the privilege to be part of this. Thank you so very much, and God bless our country. Inshallah.
Thank you very much. I think we can do better. Please, a big round for the Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Lawansi Adewale, the National Secretary, Supermarket Association of Nigeria. You are welcome. Right now, please join me as a welcome podium. The General Manager, Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, in person of Mr. Afolabi Shulekwo, Esquire, to please come over to the podium and address us. Please, a big round of applause for him as President.
Good morning, everybody. The Executive Chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, our own dear Governor General of Nigeria, permit me to stand on the already established protocol. Yes, first, I would like to thank the EBC for inviting the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency to be part of this very historical and interesting topic. But before I proceed, I'm a Yoruba man, and I want us all to join me in singing this song, which is very pushy. Nigeria, much. So if we are all keyed into that song, we should know that we should look out for one another. Why are we punishing ourselves? I mean, punishing ourselves. If we love ourselves so much, why are we exploiting ourselves? We should all look at this. In various markets, you will still some people selling a particular product or products for a price, maybe at a lesser price. You will now see some people plotting against this person not to sell at a lower price. You see, it's a very laudable program for today, and I want to say thank you again for the Fccpc, ably led by the Executive Vice Chairman, Mr. Tuji Bello, who has been my organ for so many years. So I'm not surprised that you will be at the head of affairs of this commission, and by God's grace, you will do better and better than your predecessor. We have to really consider this issue of prices. Like the EBC said, this is not a time for us to be arresting people with police and everything. We should just look inward and look for ways to, we all know what is happening, but I can say, some of us are ourselves enemies. Let's look, for example, the issue of the petrol prices have been increased. Fine, but you still see some petrol stations asking people to pay 50 naira after paying for the fuel. Is it the government that says that we should collect 50 naira? No. This exploitation must stop. And I say it must stop because we don't expect the government to come and do everything for you. That is why I must agree totally with our ideology. All stakeholders must be brought together. When they are brought together and we sit down together and talk about this issue of prices, and I can assure you also that the Lagos State government, ably led by Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola, has done a lot in respect of this. For example, I talk about the food discount markets, which most of us are aware of. This is supporting communities with affordable food, and this happens every Sunday. This is a way of ameliorating the sufferings of the people. So I believe that if other governors, other states are doing this, at least to, but we must sincerely talk to ourselves too. We must talk to ourselves. You can't just sit down in one corner. Example of cited by the executive chairman about the BUA cement. Some people will go to a place and buy this at a cheaper rate and go out there to sell at so exorbitant prices to people. This is not good. And this issue of exploitative practice is very unethical. I'm sure most of us will have this pamphlet being given by the Fccpc. If you open this page, you will see the violations under the Fccpc, the law, Fccpa. Read it, and sir, may I quickly say that if this can be translated in different language, it will not go a long way. Like now we are in Lagos, and I believe that the majority of people, even in pidgin English, so that people that do not understand language are maybe in Yoruba, Hausa, and the Igbo language. See, we must help ourselves. Like we said, there's going to be a window for us